if you've tried to get a written offer a couple of times, at least 2-3 times, and they're not giving it to you, or they're giving you something in the body of an email or like an attachment where you can't sign, that's not the official written offer that we're referring to, then they're just not going to relent. Don't waste more social capital on it. Move on.
Okay, we are back with another episode of Gentle Power. To start off, we wanted to talk about what practices are we incorporating into our day-to-day that help with our happiness, our mood, our well-being, I guess. Do you want to go first? And we'll each share something that we've recently started doing.
Yeah, I think it was in December or maybe even January, around New Year's. Our friend Komal, hi Komal, she posted on her IG, you know how people post inspirational stuff? She posted something like, a gratitude practice that really helps your mental health is writing one thing you're grateful for every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I would love this, because there are studies that show that a gratitude practice is really good for you. They've actually done studies on this, and I love doing things because I
love your studies.
I love psychology studies and all that. And so I'm done. I'm sold. And so I started doing this. Sometimes I do it looking back, but today is March 13th, and I have at least one thing I'm grateful for every single day. Even on days where I've stayed in all day, I find something to be grateful for. And the studies show that this helps because now your brain starts looking for things that you're grateful for. Your mindset shifts into finding things because you have to write it down tomorrow, right? It's been so great, and it's also a little bit of a diary in a way, because sometimes I look back to January, I'm like, oh, that day I did this because I was grateful for this. So I was gonna read a few of
do you want to share
this?
Some
is actually
recent ones?
Live. I haven't planned what I'm reading.
You heard it here first.
As simple as we said in a previous episode, we were recently in Albania because one of my uncles passed away. May he rest in peace. I hate traveling because I get motion sick very easily. There's just so much to it. But the day I flew, the thing I was grateful for was that flight was very comfortable. Yeah, it's as simple as that. The next day, as soon as I landed, I went straight to the funeral home. And what I was grateful for was I was able to absorb so much love from family despite their circumstances. Finding something to be grateful for even when it's not a happy day.
Yeah.
And then it's so funny, some days I've put like 7 things. January 8th, I said things I was grateful for. I put literally 7 things. I said I was invited by Chris, you know who you are, to hang out at Zoo. The DJ Zoo came to play, and I was like, oh, it's so nice that I was invited to join his group of friends. The second thing, the same day I was grateful for, the whole town was out. I just love when the cities...
Yeah, actually that was the inauguration of the new mayor, right?
Yeah,
so then they threw a big block party in Chinatown.
Yeah. I love Chinatown. And the third thing I was grateful for, I hung out with my friends Pedro and Shramona. Fourth thing, very good vibes from all the friends.
I like how all the things you're grateful for, they're very short, very easy, and I think that is an important lesson. The easier you make it for yourself, the more you'll stick to it, right?
Maybe you should talk about Slight Edge at some point.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, while I was at Zoo, our friend Spice King invited me over. He's like, I'm at dinner nearby. I share location with him, and he's like, come over. The next thing is a nice walk back. I walk back from Chinatown home, and then nice combo with Moch, which means a nice conversation with you. My nickname for you is Mochi. Just because I've started this practice, for that one day, I had 7 things to be grateful for.
Yeah. I was smiling earlier because when we were talking about how you love studies, that was actually one of the things when we first started dating that I really remembered that you would often cite all these studies. I was like, is this girl like reading academic research papers all the time? And they were actually very interesting and super applicable.
Wait, do you remember it?
The one that I always remember is they did studies where in a grocery store, you're more likely to have someone let you cut in line if you have a reason.
You remember this?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have
we use it now.
We use it now, but that was very early in our relationship. So this was like 13 years ago, where as long as you share a reason, you're more likely to have someone let you cut in front of line, even if that reason has nothing to do with cutting in line.
Yeah. Wait, should we dig into this as part of our topic for today?
Yeah, actually we could. So one example is like, excuse me, could I just jump ahead in line? I'm holding a peach right now. And then you're more likely to...
not in a grocery store is a little hard to demonstrate.
Oh, like at the DMV?
Yeah.
I'm holding a peach.
At the DMV, I'm eating a banana or something. Yeah. And people, I think the chances increase from 60% to people to let you cut to 90%. Just by saying the words because, people are so much more likely to let you cut in line, even if the reason makes no sense. Like, I'm eating this apple right now. Can I cut you in line because I'm eating an apple? I'm like, oh, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Do we want to touch on how that can apply to negotiations right now, or should we finish up?
Let's come back to it.
Oh, we'll come back to it?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
what's your daily...
So my daily practice, aspirationally daily, although that I've started doing recently, I've started meditating, and I think throughout my life, I've tried to start meditating, and it would last like 3 days, and then I don't meditate for years. But I think this time it really stuck. One of our friends, her name's Sid, she told me about this meditation app that she uses called Waking Up by Sam Harris. I've tried using so many different meditation apps. There's like Headspace or all these other ones. There's this one that's created by this like monk, and none of them have stuck. But the reason why this one I think really sticks is because with each meditation, it's like 10 minutes where he audibly guides you through it. He also has a very short accompanying episode, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, where he actually starts talking about the science behind meditation and different aspects of it. So I feel like I'm learning about how it's actually changing my brain and how it's improving my life versus just every day being forced to just sit there for 10 minutes and wondering, is this working or not?
Yeah.
But it really lets it sink in, and I feel like the reward of the meditation pays off, because now when I meditate, I think about, oh, that thing that Sam Harris talked about, how it'll change my perspective in this way. I start looking out for that now when I'm doing the next meditation. It has me really look forward to it, and I've been doing it for about the last month, and I feel like I'm starting to see the actual benefits of it. Basically, it allows you to always come back to the present, regardless of your mood, your thoughts, the things that are distracting you, because it allows you to observe separately. Let's say if I'm tired, instead of me actually feeling tired, my relationship with that tiredness in that moment is, the tiredness is something that came into my consciousness. Okay, now this is gonna start sounding very woo-woo, but basically I can separate.
Maybe angry is an easier example to perceive. It's
That's
like
true.
We think we are angry. I'm angry right now, all of me. Or versus I have anger and I can see this part of me that is angry, and I can sort of separate it and see it almost like from the outside.
Exactly, but a different way of thinking it is that anger isn't even a part of me, and anger is something that is there, that happens, that I can actually have more control over to push it further away or to really examine it. So I feel like the meditation practice has been building my muscle to be able to do that.
To like observe your emotions almost like from the outside.
Yeah. So
I love that.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Super recommend the Waking Up app by Sam Harris.
We are not sponsored, but it would be nice to be
Although
sponsored.
I think I have a referral link, so I don't know. We don't need to put it out there.
Maybe if they sponsor us. Which is funny because when I worked at South Park Commons, I hosted Sam Harris to give a talk to the community.
Yeah.
And he stayed way over time. I think we had only booked him for like, I don't know, half an hour to an hour, and he stayed double the time. Wow. Everyone was so grateful.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of wisdom to share.
Yeah.
So.
Also, if you listen to his podcast or his meditation app, he has one of the most soothing voices ever. Like, it will put you to sleep, or you'll just feel like everything in life is okay. Yeah.
I didn't know it was him. Like,
it's his app. Yeah. So it's all him talking.
If I had to guess why this works for you, I think it's the guided part of it. Because if I tell myself I'm going to sit here and meditate, i.e. do nothing or think nothing for 10 minutes, it's like, kind of, what am I doing with myself? Versus if it's guided, okay, I know what to do. And I think he walks you through, like, scan your body from head to toe, like start with your head, and he walks you through all of it. Yeah,
he not just walks you through it, but the way that he phrases how you should be thinking or what to pay attention to. It's almost like he's putting together new recipes of words. I've heard all these words individually, but when he phrases it in a certain way, I'm like, whoa, it gives my brain a new way of thinking about something. And I think that's also what's drawn me in, because he really crystallizes how you should be, what should be happening in the moment, and it's really, really cool and effective.
I'm laughing because I'm like, oh, you pay attention to what he's saying? Because the one time I joined your meditation session, I fell asleep.
Well, that was probably because of his soothing, Sam Harris' very soothing voice.
I don't know if I was listening to the word. I mean, I started like scan your body, and then I fell asleep. I think, I'm sure people are wondering like, well, I have my gratitude journal practice. You have your meditation. But do we do each other's? Do you do a gratitude practice? Do I do meditation? The short answer is no. But our goal is we really need to fix our sleep. It's the thing we say to each other every day. Our sleep is a mess. We need to fix our sleep. And then we set a goal coming back from Albania. We're gonna meditate. Was it at 11:30 p.m. or midnight? I think it was midnight because they're night owls. We naturally, even on a weekday, sleep around 1. So we're gonna meditate together at midnight, do one meditation, and hopefully it leads to us sleeping early. Midnight is early for us. Yeah.
And now I'm laughing because we've talked about needing to fix our sleep. I feel like I have the lowest hanging fruit antidote to that, which is no phones in bed when we go to sleep. But Gerta absolutely refuses. And that makes me think that I saw this on Instagram. It's like, oh, you can't sleep? Okay, how about I hold a really bright piece of light 3 inches from my face
with the entire
world's information, like right before I'm trying to go to bed.
I am so addicted to my phone, and instead of feeling guilty about it, I feel like, is everyone else not seeing what I see? We literally have all the people I love that are still alive, all the world's information, all the entertainment, all the books, everything, it's in my hands. How could you not be addicted to that? Instead of feeling guilty for my addiction, I'm like, why is not everyone else even more addicted?
And now everyone here knows that Gerta is a tech optimist.
But I also love reading. I just love
that's true.
reading.
You read a lot.
So I think just having access to all types of books and articles and everyone I love on my phone, I'm like, how could you not look at it every second?
Yeah, but right before you're trying to de-stimulate your brain so you can go into a comatose state.
Yeah. But what if my brother is texting me? It's it'll make me so happy.
Well, we will report back in future episodes
if
with
the meditation
or the and one of these days we will try the no phones in the bedroom.
Maybe you will try.
Maybe I'll try it first.
Why don't you try it?
Okay. All right, well, I think we can pivot to a negotiation topic. Why don't we go
back to the study?
Yeah.
Well, I feel a little underprepared for this because I didn't refresh my memory. We'll put the link in the notes to the study. But the idea is, there was a study from this woman professor at Harvard, I want to say in the 70s. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the details. But I think, again, we'll put the link to the study in the notes so that people can read it for themselves. But from what I remember, she went to the post office and people were in line, and then she observed if someone asks a person to cut in line, hey, can I cut in front of you? People were, let's say, 60% willing to let you cut in line. But if you just use the word because, even if the reason had nothing to do with it, they were 90 or something % likely to let you cut in line. I don't think the details really matter, but the idea is when people think you have a reason, they let you do the thing. And so, of course, what I love in life is, one of my passions is reading these studies and being like, how do we apply it to our lives and to, in this case, to our company? And so as I coach people on how to negotiate, I say, let's put a reason here. So, for example, would it be possible to have more money because, and then in an ideal world we want to give logical reasons, like because I think I'll be a great fit, because I love your company, because of my previous experience is very relevant, or like if you're asking for more cash versus equity, you can say something like, because I need to be more liquid right now, me and my family need to be more liquid. People don't actually ask us why we're negotiations experts. I think it's because we've mentioned we've been trained at MIT and Harvard, so they're like, okay, it makes sense. But the reality is, what makes us strong negotiators is we use logic and we use these studies. And I have a strong passion for behavioral science studies, psychology studies. And I think that makes us very strong negotiators.
Yeah. So for the audience, let's say someone who's listening, okay, I am probably going to negotiate soon. I'm applying to jobs. How do I apply this reason thing to the negotiation? Do I like make a list of reasons why I'm a good fit for the job? And how do I actually, in practice, what does this look like?
Practice. So in practice, when you come to the point where you're asking for things, and remember what we've been saying, that you should not ask for things before you have ideally a written offer. If you've tried to get a written offer a couple of times, at least 2-3 times, and they're not giving it to you, or they're giving you something in the body of an email or like an attachment where you can't sign, that's not the official written offer that we're referring to, then they're just not going to relent. Don't waste more social capital on it. Move on. Start negotiating, asking for things. When you're at that point, as you're asking for things, try to use the word because, or try to give a reason as to why you're asking for more. And I think what you're referring to is good. Should I make a list? Sure. You could. Some things you can do is make a list of, 5 reasons why you're an excellent fit for this role. I think we have a free resource for this.
Yeah.
We may put the link in the notes if we still have it floating around. But it's things that I usually recommend. You were trained for this role. Maybe you have a relevant degree. You have previous experience that's very relevant, either at a similar company or similar role, or the company's competitors or clients or things like that. What are some other good reasons? You're very passionate. You've had a side project that is relevant. So reasons why you're good, you would be an excellent fit for the role. A few reasons why you think you're excited, the reasons you're excited about the role, the company, the team, the hiring manager.
Mm-hmm.
And then also a few personal reasons. Be judicious about using personal reasons in negotiations, because if you're like, I need more money because I have 3 kids, and it's like, we don't pay you according to your family size,
Mm-hmm.
So be careful with that.
What are other examples of personal reasons?
I need more money because I'm buying a home soon. Companies like, I don't pay you based on your plans for the future. But a good reason is, I need more cash rather than equity because I have some family plans. Careful how you say it, but like family needs.
Maybe keep it vague. I have some personal matters that require me to be more liquid in the next year.
Yeah, family plan might be too close to family planning, which is a very sensitive topic. I would not mention anything around your family planning, like having kids or things like that, because as much as it may be legal in many places for a company to make a decision on your offer or on your compensation based on your family planning, even if it's illegal,
it could be working subconsciously.
Or even subconsciously, or even consciously. But what are you going to do? Sue a top tech company? Do not recommend.
Yeah, I see. There was another thing we wanted to talk about around finding creative or win-win situations, which is a pretty big thing in negotiations, right?
What if we leave that for another time? And should we talk about our new referral program very quickly?
Yeah, let's do that.
So if you're seeing this in March, which we actually don't know when this will come out, but we have a new bold referral program. So we actually tried an already bold referral program a few months ago, and it worked so well. We were going bolder. The one we tried was, let's say someone is referring a friend to our company, and this friend becomes a client. We give the friend/client 10% discount from the final amount they need to pay us, and we give the person who referred them, I think it was 10%
of the earnings
of the whatever the client was going to pay us. We give them 10%. So this works so well.
And we've paid out thousands to refer. Some people have referred multiple times.
Sometimes it added up to like over 1,000 per one person they referred.
Yep.
Let's say we helped someone increase their comp by over 100K, and we were taking a success fee, and they had to pay us over 10K. Yeah. And so the person who referred them now gets 10% of the 10K, which is 1K. Yeah.
So that's our standard referral program. But what we're trying right now, for a limited time only, is now...
Get it while it's still here.
Is for every referral, and again, we're here in March right now. This might come out later, but... Just hit us up if we're still doing this referral. If you hear this,
check on our website and check on our LinkedIn and Instagram. So if you're like, is this cool referral program still going, just look at our socials or email us.
Yeah, just hit us up. But basically, we're going to share a guaranteed $1,000 per referral who ends up signing with us.
That turns into a client.
That turns into a client, yeah.
So you, the listener, you come to us, you're like, hey, my friend is applying to a new job and is going to negotiate at some point soon. Talk to them. We hop on a free consultation call, and it's actually with Alex. We'll see how things change as we're scaling. For now, Alex is taking all these calls. And your friend gets on the call with Alex for 15 minutes, but the reality is Alex usually stays over time, even though we're trying to
scale ourselves.
More stick to what we promise, not over deliver. And on the call, we figure out if your friend is a good fit to work with us, because it might not be a good fit. Maybe they make below our bar.
Yeah, I mean, we find all this out on the call if it makes sense for us to work together.
And if they sign with us, as soon as they sign, and they have to pay like an initial fee, we send you $1,000.
Yeah.
This is the current the boldest referral program we've had so far.
Yeah.
And we send it on Venmo. Like, it's done. It's in your pocket right away.
And the referrals, it doesn't take a lot of work. All the referrals that have actually materialized in us sending bonuses, it was just like a simple intro email. Yeah. They CC'd, connected us on a single email. Hey, meet my friend. They might need negotiations help. And it was just like that. So if you know anyone who is job searching, one thing we always like to emphasize is we get the best results when we work with people early in the job search. We often have people approach us once they've received an offer. They're like, can you help me negotiate? And then once we start digging into kind of everything that has led up to that point when they've received their offer, they've made small mistakes throughout the process that have added up. They gave away their leverage, and their initial offer probably came in lower than what it could have been.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, but we're trying this referral thing out, and we'll see how it goes. Since our standard referral program was going really well, we're like, let's just see if we can double down on this and have it be even more successful.
And we have some language around this. So if you're like, how do I tell my friends about you? What do I say? We have a blurb, literally what you can say. Hey, I encountered Alex and Gerta, who are professional negotiators. They help people negotiate job offers. They're co-founders of yournegotiations.com. I think this is how it goes.
Yeah.
They've helped people negotiate their job offers by sometimes hundreds of thousands above their initial offer. Check them out. Do we still give a 10% discount with this one?
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. So, by the way, if you mention that I referred you, because your friend might want to reach out to us directly. You don't need to intro us. But if your friend mentions your name, that you referred us, you can say, hey, if you mention I referred you, you get 10% discount.
We'll include all of the details and the links in the show notes. I was laughing earlier because when you were talking about the process of when someone becomes a client, and they're like, they can book a free call with Alex. It will most likely be with Alex. And I was thinking, wait, why? Am I getting fired? It's like, why is it most likely? No.
And all the companies are doing layoffs. So.
Yeah. Oh man, that definitely keeps me on my toes. No, it's because we're expanding our team, and in some cases we've had some team members of ours take some of these calls, and we're just trying to scale ourselves because we found that in this market, and also as our business grows, a lot of our business comes from referrals. Our future client base. So we're just trying to make sure we help as many people as we can.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Alex is taking almost all the calls. But as we get more of these calls, our virtual assistant is taking some of them.
And they're human.
He's a real
like
human.
Remote assistant who does,
Yeah. Virtual as in remote, not AI, I guess.
Yeah.
He's real.
As far as we know, he's real.
We haven't met him.
We've only met him over Zoom, now that I think about it.
And I think we only had our first few calls with him on video, and then we switched to just phone. So now it could be his wife, it could be anyone using his voice.
Who knows? Yeah, there's so much.
As long as he does his job, I don't care.
And he's doing a great job.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, we really like that he's on our team.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can end it there.
Okay.
All right, cool. See you all next time.
Ending this here marked the launch of our podcast.
Yeah.
So, because we wanted to record 10 episodes, and then we're going to launch, and now we have 10.
Yeah.
And I'm beyond excited.
Yeah, Gerta is so excited, as am I. But Gerta has just, in the last few days, she's just been saying how launching this podcast is literally my number one dream in life. And so it's finally happening, and we're very excited for it.
Yes.
Okay? All right. See you all in the next episode.